Previously, in the dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party returned to Azraq's hold after defeating the... Is this the wrong one? Nope, this is the right one. I take it back.
Roll it back.
Roll it back. Roll it back. It's the right one. I've had a tough past hour, so I apologize. Walking it back.
Walk it back.
Previously, in the dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party returned to Azraq's hold after defeating the Sea Fury Olive Stillwater. Before an assembled audience, Azraq accepted the heads of the coven and told the story of a young war leader filled with his own pride who learned the hard way that the Legion is only strong when it works as a whole. The hag's defeat was then celebrated by the Legion, and the party once more hailed as heroes, but their once pristine reputation was now tarnished by those of the Legion that had fallen as a result of their negligence. Before they left, Lurkana visited the party to impress upon them that as members of the Legion, they needed to be forthcoming to her and Azraq about threats to the Legion, but just as importantly about threats to themselves. After all, if the party was a part of the Legion, then threats to the party were threats to the Legion. In passing, or adjacent to this conversation, Lurkana also mentioned a portal in the Southern Territories. The party had found this portal early on in their adventuring, but had not uncovered how to enter it, and then had forgotten about it. With this reminder, they were able to visit it, discover how to unlock, and then enter it, using the blessing of Preta Kripa. Entering the portal was risky. The party had no idea where it might lead, but the recent meetings with their benefactors had instilled at least some small sense of urgency within some of the members of the party. And they were, after all, adventurers. The unknown was a mighty big adventure. Within the silvery portal, the party found themselves bound by a familiar presence, the feminine voice that they had encountered several times before. The voice seemed somewhat in awe at the party's tenacity and growing strength, though also somewhat shocked by their continued willingness to face off against the Shadow, a foe that far outmatched them. The party tried to gain information on who the voice was, and finally, the voice told them that it couldn't tell them. It was prevented from sharing that information. But it could share with them a prophecy. The Mad Mage dances on the Shadow's 7 strings. A puppet can't help but move to its master's whims. The tear in the weave sends out its tendrils, trapping more to its will. Puppets of Fang and Fist, Shadow and Storm. The 7 are the key. Sever the 7 strings from the 8th before the 9 are reborn in Shadow. With that, the strength of the voice waned. As the party was released, the voice warned them that she would not be able to protect them from the Shadow this time. The party flowed through the magical corridors under the mountain, and as they did, Ezrah was attacked and bound by the Shadow. Dark energy flooded into the sorcerer, and he began to see visions of a different place, different existence. Things that made, at first, no real sense to him, as if trying to teach an ant the structures of society. But as the moments passed, more and more of that place came to unfold before Ezrah, and he began to gain glimpses of understanding. At the moments, the storm crackling within his veins, Ezrah realized that in this case, knowledge, which he has always been seeking, true understanding would mean madness. He thought of his family past and present, and broke from the reverie of the visions. The shadow, realizing it had been thwarted, released him, and the mage followed his companions out of the portal and into an unknown building. With the threat of the shadow behind them and the threat of the unknown ahead of them, the party began to slowly explore this new location. They found many frescoes and carvings of elven figures and cities, a macabre ossuary, a strange room with a flower-headed staff, and a secret door leading them out into a large chamber where Bones was promptly attacked by Cresson, the Displacer Beast, and Willow, Archdruid of the Wood. The portal the party had taken had apparently led them into the Druid's tower. At first, Willow was affronted, but the party was able to assuage the Druid's annoyance relatively easily. In truth, it seemed she blamed herself more than them, and she seemed far, far more concerned that they had found the flower-headed staff than any other thing that they might have found within the tower. The party also related that the halfling, Finver Cleardew, was seeking adventurers to slay Valdemar, the green dragon that the sword Tiralai now possessed. After some brief pleasantries, the party left, heading for the Lost Levels. On their way, they were ambushed by Catsup's cavalry, but the conflict was deftly avoided at the last moment, and Bones applauded his tribe's hard work. The party made their way to the heart of the mountain within the Lost Levels, there to make plans for their future endeavors. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.